Welcome to the weekly blanket covering our lives one vlog at a time. We are actually recording this on a different night today. I had requested that on Sundays, as you can probably tell from earlier vlogs, I don't like to comb my hair. I don't want to have to get dressed until I have to get dressed. I don't want to put makeup on my face. And so I asked Humberto if we could start doing this after church because we're already we have to try and not look so horrible for church. So anyway, our recording time is a different day now. And I don't know if that makes any difference. It's night, so maybe I'll look a little more raggedy because this is sort of past my bedtime. I typically go to bed around 9 o'clock. I require about 9 hours of sleep a night. Not like luxury sleeping, but like required sleeping so that I'm not a horrible person. And so I have to go to bed relatively early. On the weekends, it doesn't matter so much. Nicholas, for the most part, doesn't wake us up anymore. That's not true. Sometimes he does, but not all the time. Now that he knows how to get himself snacks and he knows how to turn the TV on, mostly I think he comes out here and just eats all the junk that he wants before we wake up in the morning. But anyway, it has been kind of a quiet week for me. I haven't had too much going on. A couple weeks ago, well, I guess since we've started this, I cut my hair all off and I'm still fussing with the color. I don't know what color I want it to be. I wanted it to be purple and now I don't want it to be purple. Now I want it to be kind of like seasonally scarlet red, but it kind of turned purple anyway. Again, this week when I color it, I'm gray, and so I have to color my hair about every 3 weeks, at least at the roots, to keep the gray from showing because I still have a second grader, so I'm not really ready to look as old as what I am. So I did that this week. I get a little bit obsessed about kind of things sometimes, like the purple hair. Like I tried really hard to get my hair purple, and then I kind of get over them usually pretty quickly. But one thing that I've been a little bit obsessed over, probably because of Facebook, and I think I'm also susceptible to marketing. I'm that person that all the people do advertising for because I think, oh my goodness, it really is that great. I get sucked into infomercials if I watch TV for too long. So anyway, there's this product called Lash Boost by a company called Rodan Fields. And there are all these pictures on Facebook of these girls that have like these little stumpy eyelashes, and then like they use it. So it comes in a tube that's kind of like mascara, and but it's just got a little brush at the end. And every night before you go to bed, you take off all your makeup and you just brush a little line of it on your lash line. And within, I don't know, they say like 4 to 6 weeks is what usually people take their next photo. It's supposed to grow your lashes longer and thicker. So I've always thought I had kind of sparse lashes, and the ones I do have, Nicholas and I are like camels. We have our lashes like point straight down. So even the ones we do have, like you can't tell we have them, but he's got really long ones and they're nice. And Elaina and Humberto have these like gorgeous, ridiculous eyelashes that everybody wants to have. So anyway, I'm gonna try it. Here's my before. So just be watching because I hope to be an after, maybe in January, I don't know. On that same front, Humberto mentioned that I should give an update about the gym. He's kind of a jerk for even mentioning it, to be honest, because he knows I haven't been. I went that 1 week really well, and then I think I went maybe like 1 day of another week, but I haven't been going. And I just told you I didn't have anything going on, so I can't really tell you why I haven't been going. It's just something I struggle with. I struggle with eating right. I struggle with self-care, I guess. It's easier for me to brush something on my eyelashes. It's a quick fix that I don't really have to try to change something about myself than it is to do the really hard things that I know I need to do to improve my health. I'm sure Lainey's talked about how she's on a special diet right now. And it's really been bumming her out that she can't eat what she wants. And so today we were all at lunch. We went to lunch together and did some fun stuff for Christmas. I'm sure somebody else will mention it. But she was just a little bit sad when we told her we were going to eat lunch out because she's so limited with the things that she can eat. She's no dairy, no sugar, and no gluten. And she has been for the last month, and she will be for the next month at least, until she's rid of this parasite that she's had in her belly. So anyway, I asked her if maybe she would want us to do it with her. And she said no. And I said, would you want me to do it with you? And she said, you don't have to do that. So I know I don't have to do that, but I think I probably should do that just for my own good health. I need to create a better habit. And also I just don't want her to have to do it alone. Misery and company and all that. So anyway, I haven't decided if I'm starting tomorrow or the next day, but I'm going to be joining Elaina on the gluten-free, sugar-free, dairy-free train until she gets off of it. So I'm probably also going to be cranky and horrible. Hopefully I won't have to buy like some sort of a Rodan Fields thing for like pulling my hair out because I'm just going crazy. But I know that sugar for sure is a big issue for me. I don't need to have it. I don't even feel good when I'm eating sugar. It makes my joints ache and just makes me feel bad in general. So anyway, 45 years, I'm still pursuing good health, and maybe this will be a good step. I've not tried it, and so I guess when everything that you've done in the past stops working, then you try something different. That's a recovery lesson right there. You can hang on to that. And this is definitely a recovery issue for me. So anyway, I'll keep you posted next week. That's all I got. Bye.
Hey family, it's Humberto. Just here to recap what happened this week. Kind of a easy week as well for me. It's not much going on. We did wrap a lot of presents probably on, I think it was on Sunday. We got most of our presents wrapped, and I think we're actually all done. There's some stuff that's going to be coming in sometime soon, and then we should be good with everybody else, and so we're pretty much ready for Christmas. I did try to find today some of the stuff for our outside the house. I didn't really want to put up lights because that's usually just a lot of work. But we do have these little presents that light up that we were going to try to put up, and then a blow-up Snoopy that we usually put up every year. And unfortunately I couldn't find them, so they must be like in the attic or something. So I'll have to try to look for those soon. The other thing that we did today was, I think Pam mentioned, we got a chance to go visit Red Lobster. We've never actually been. We've heard of it, we knew what it was, but we'd never actually eaten there. And we tried it out, and it was actually pretty good. Elaina, I think, got some steak, which she thought was really tasty. And I got a spicy Cajun chicken Alfredo, which I'm actually a big pasta and sauce kind of guy, so that was actually pretty good. And I've also read that apparently their biscuits were supposed to be pretty good, and they actually were. They had a lot of good flavor, and they were pretty tasty. And I actually had gone, I'm trying to think, probably about a year or two ago, at some point, I think maybe last year, I'd gone on a business trip to Chicago. That's where the headquarters is, and our boss had taken us out to dinner since the team was all there, to a restaurant, and unfortunately I can't remember now what the name of it was, but they had calamari there, which was really great. And ever since that, I've been trying to find a place here locally that's as good as that place. And even though the ones at the Red Lobster were pretty good, they weren't exactly the same as what I had before. So I guess the search continues for that. Then the other thing that we did is we visited the park where we actually got married in Farmers Branch. And it's an old historical park. So they have an old church from, I think, the 1800s or somewhere around there. You know, that's where we got married, and it was really, really pretty. And so they had a Christmas tour, and they were going through different buildings and telling a little bit about the history of the church and also the other buildings. But we did find out that apparently this church was actually in some place called Renner, Texas. I'm not sure where that is, but they moved it from there to where it is now in Farmers Branch. And they restored it and take care of it, and It looks really good. And they told us an interesting story about the bell that's in the church now. Apparently, at some point, it went to another church, but they weren't sure how it got there. And later on, they had a change of heart, and they donated the bell back to the church so that it can be placed back in there. So we visited also a classroom, which was kind of interesting, seeing one of the things that they were talking about was kind of like the decorations that they would do for Christmas. And it was actually kind of interesting what they were talking about for the teachers as to the rules and regulations that they had. They apparently couldn't be married. They had a certain dress code and all this other stuff that was kind of crazy to think about that they had to deal with. And that they were responsible for doing decorations. And we also went to a Victorian house, which was really interesting to see. It was apparently pretty modern for the time, also from the 1800s. It had pocket doors in the house, and it also had a little room where they had the tree set up, and they had the dining room table. And something that somebody mentioned while we were walking through there was how small the chairs were. And that's actually what they did, back then. So it's interesting to see that too, and that they also used American flags as part of decorations during Christmas. That was also kind of an interesting thing. And the last building that they did a tour on was the old general store, and that one, it wasn't actually an old or building. They actually created it. It was a lot newer, but it was based on a lot of different pictures of general stores, so it was kind of a combination of all that stuff. And some of the interesting things that we saw in there were a blender that looked almost like a mason jar with a little handle attached to it that you manually turned, which was kind of interesting. And then they had a little thing where it said, don't forget the missus. And I think it was like perfume or something. I'm not sure what it was, but it was really, really interesting to learn a little bit more about the place that we had gotten married at, and we didn't really know that stuff when we were there the first time, which was 17 years ago as of this video. So it was pretty interesting. All right, I guess that's all that I have. So we'll see y'all next week. Bye.
Hey guys, we're back again, and this time I'm with Nicholas, and a lot. Nicholas is going through this phase right now where he acts like a dog. It's an interesting phase. But a lot has happened this week, and so...
And today I made a comic book, and hopefully you can see it. It's called The Spooky Story, and it says written by Nicholas, illustrated by Nicholas.
Cool. So, after we got our lovely Christmas tree put up, you can see that we have presents to put under it now. Also, I have just finished buying and wrapping all of my friends' gifts. I'm super excited to give it to them. Also, speaking of Christmas gifts, I actually ended up getting a Christmas gift last Friday, and it is this nail polish. It's actually two different colors, but she got me this blue, and then she also got me like this sparkly clear nail polish, and then she also got me this very pretty dark green. And all of it came in this adorable little fall mug, so thank you, other Elaina, for that gift. So Nicholas, how's school been?
Good. But there was this one time at PE, and like I'm at car rider. If you're at Peters County Elementary, then you'll know what I'm talking about. And so there was a guy in first grade, and I saw him in the line sitting down, And he was about to go to the office. And a teacher said, "Where are you going?" And he said, "To the office," obviously. And she said, "Why?" And then he said, "I don't know." And she said, "Well, why? You can't just go to the office when you don't know why."
So speaking of school, I also, this week I wrote an essay. It was called How Can Failure Make You Stronger? And I chose to write about auditioning for solos and singing on the worship team because it can always be a hit or miss. And actually, on Friday, I got my score back and I ended up getting a 93. So I'm really proud of myself. I'm glad that I did a good job. And also, I have some bad news. NaNoWriMo is over, which is really sad because I did not end up meeting my goal. My goal was to write 10,000 words. I only got to 6,259. So, a little disappointed, but I'm going to continue writing that story because I love this story. I think it's really good, and I can't wait to see it in my hands. So, Nicholas, how's your crew been?
Yeah, I haven't told you guys about this. At school, I got a lot of people, got a lot of friends. We got a whole crew here, and our boss is Mateo. And yeah, we play sharks. And so Mateo and Logan, he's one of my friends as well. They quitted the crew, and Mateo did. So Hector's the new boss. And yeah. And I almost cried.
Aw, don't be sad.
Yeah. I didn't cry, I just didn't want it to cry in front of Liam.
Huh. Well, excuse me. Speaking of kids, on Friday I went out to go and serve on the bus for Budget Suites. And there's this adorable, such a sweet little girl, but she has so much personality. Her name is Mary, and we'll put a picture of her in, and she is just so sweet and so nice and so crazy. She has just a perfect personality. And so I asked her, I said, "Hey, Mary, can I get a picture?" And she's like, "Yeah." And she's like, "So you want my autograph too?" And I'm like, "Sure." So now they have signed, all of her and her friends have signed my phone, and if she was my age, I probably wouldn't be able to stand her, but she's so cute. I just can't. She's so awesome, and I look forward to seeing her every Friday. So, Nicholas, I see that it says right here, Austin got hit with a hammer. Can you explain that?
Bro, well, I told Austin, something, and, as you can see, my loose tooth, and, well, I told Austin an untruth, I told him that I slammed a hammer into my teeth, and then I showed him my lost teeth, and he was like, "Man, why'd you do that?"
Well, that was a very funny story. Nicholas was being silly. Also, on Wednesday, I sang for youth. I sang Break Every Chain, and I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't really looking forward to it. I was just I wanted to go to youth, but I didn't really want to sing. I wasn't really in a singing mood. But I think I did a very good job, and I'm very proud of myself. That was probably the loudest I've ever sang in front of a crowd because I have very bad like social like anxiety, and also I got some new boots. They're so cute. I'm probably gonna wear them to school this week because they're just amazing. They're these little ankle boots, and they're black. And they have like a little bit of a heel on them, but nothing that I can fall down in. Watch, I'll probably end up falling. The true definition of Nicholas.
Well, you guys did hear about the Christmas tour, right?
Just explain it.
Yeah. So about the Christmas tour, to me, it was kind of sad.
Oh.
Yeah, because people died.
But they're in heaven.
That's it.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Also,
Do not ruin my comic book.
So also on Saturday, I was listening to another one of the communion stories. I love listening to them. They're so inspirational, and they really help me strengthen my faith. And so I was sitting and thinking, I'm like, man, I bet I could write one of these. So I might do one, which would be really exciting.
Like my comic book.
So yeah, I think that's everything for now.
And see you next week.
Bye.